The agenda is all about problems on cost sheet. Management expenses 60,000 into 2 by 5, 60,000 into 1 by 5. Other selling expenses, traveling, carriage, advertisement, all comes under selling and distribution. Now 25 into 100 as it is, 100 minus 25 it is 70. Hello everyone, this is your Adarsh sir, lecturing Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Now we are in the session 8 of your topic called accounting. Under accounting we are doing cost sheet. Now, so almost we are done with many problems. In today's session we will work out the major problem if the profit or sales not given. How to find out your profit, how to find out your sales. That is a major thing. The major adjustment you may find in your question paper is all about your finding out of your sales or cost. Now, your agenda is very simple. The agenda is all about problems on cost sheet. Now, as per this, the following data has been extracted from the books of Krishna Industries Limited for the year ended 2008. Now, as per this, what is our first job? Our first job will be classification. Will classify what comes under what. Now, in this, opening stock of raw material comes under prime cost. Purchase of raw material comes under prime cost. See, after doing almost we done with 4 problems, now we are little familiar with these words. Before I say, you can only say that it comes under prime cost, it comes under factory. Now, closing stock of raw material under prime cost only, but we will minus opening stock plus purchases plus carriage inward minus closing. What it will be? Raw material consumed. Now, up to this we have done carriage inward prime cost. They have given directly wages direct prime cost. Up to this everything comes under prime cost. Now, opening stock, purchase, closing, carriage inward and wages of direct. Up to this all comes under prime cost. Now, the same wages if it is indirect, then it will comes under factory. Other direct charges, prime cost. Other direct charges, it is nothing but direct expenses. So, this is direct wages, this is direct expenses. Now, rent and rates, it comes under factory, it comes under office. Indirect material, factory. Depreciation on plant, where do we keep plant? In the factory. So it comes under factory, it comes under office. Up to this, any doubt? Hopefully, no doubt. We'll go to the continuation. Now, other factory expenses comes under factory. Other office expenses comes under office. Management expenses. Management, where they will be? They will be in the office. So it will be what? Office expenses. Next, other selling expenses. The selling expenses comes under selling and distribution. Traveling expenses of salesman. Traveling expenses of salesman comes under what? Selling and distribution. Carriage outward. As I told you, carriage inward, prime cost. Carriage outward, yes, it comes under your selling and distribution. Advertisement, where do we require at the time of sale? So it comes under selling and distribution. Classification is very easy. Now, management expenses should be allocated in the ratio of 2:1:1. See, management expenses, we thought it is office, but we have adjustment on that. So, management expenses in the ratio of 2:1:2, it is classified. Means, management, it belongs to factory, office, as well as your selling and distribution. Unless and until they have given adjustment like this, what we are supposed to do? We have to consider this as office expenses. If they have given adjustment, then we have to go as per the adjustment. Now, your management expenses 2:1:2, it will be how much it is? Your management expenses 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. 60,000 is your management expenses. 60,000, 60,000 and 60,000. What is this? This one is factory. This is your office. This is your selling and distribution. Now 60,000 multiplied by, now what ratio you have? 2:1:2. Now this will be 2 by 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 2 by 5, 1 by 5 and the last one 2 by 5. 2 by 5, 1 by 5 as well as 2 by 5. Now 60,000 into 2 by 5, 60,000 into 1 by 5, 60,000 into 2 by, this will be your management expenses. Hope you understood. Like this you are supposed to calculate. Now, so we have done with all this, like other expenses, other selling expenses, selling. So we done with this. Now, as per this, profit is calculated 25% on sales. Now, profit they have not given, like in the previous session what we used to do, sales will be given, sales minus your cost is your profit. But in this problem they have not given sales, they have not given profit. How to find out? Simple. Your profit is calculated 25% on sales. 25% on sales. Sales not given, but we should calculate 25% on sales. How do we calculate? I'll show you that. Now, first we'll come back to your calculation of prime cost, work cost, cost of production, cost of sales, finally your net profit. Now, cost sheet of Krishna Industries, as you know, direct material, opening stock, purchases, carriage inward. We have taken everything minus closing stock. You got around your raw material consumed, you got around 3,40,000. Now, for that, direct wages, other direct charges we are supposed to add. If you add these two, you will get 6,60,000. Up to this, any doubt? No doubt. So you have up to 6,60,000. Now, we done with these things. Now, if you done with these things, next we'll move to which one? Works overhead. Works overhead, also call it as factory overhead. Now, under factory overhead, we have indirect wages, factory rent, indirect material, depreciation, other factory expenses. These are the expenses we have. Now, how to calculate? Calculate everything. So, hardly you will get how much? Finally, 60,000 into 2 by 5, you will get 24. Total, it is 1,36,000. Now, so these are your factory related expenses. I'll go back to this. Wherever you find factory, like rent of factory, your indirect material, indirect plant, depreciation on plant, other factory expenses. Yes, these are the expenses which comes under factory. Now, these are the expenses we have taken, like we don't have opening stock of work in progress, we don't have closing stock of work in progress. So, directly we can take everything. Your total is 1,36,000. Finally, you got work cost of rupees 7,96,000. Now, once you done with this, we'll go to the next part. Next part is nothing but your office and administration overhead. Now, under office and administration overhead, so you can write it as particular here. So we have to write particular. Now, so these are your called office and administration expenses, like office and administration overhead. Under this, I'll go back to your question. Do we have anything related to office? Yes. We have rent and rates of office, depreciation on office, furniture. Then we have other office expenses, management expenses. These are called as office related expenses. Now, See, office rent, depreciation, other office expenses, management expenses, all comes under office and administration. How come it is 1 by 5? Because 2 is to 1 is to 5. First one is factory, second one office, and the third one selling and distribution. We are doing which one? Office. Office is how much? It is 1. 1 divided by 5. Now, up to this we completed, you got answer of around 12,000. So add everything, you got 20,800. How come you got 8 lakh 16? I'll go back. Earlier it was 7 lakh 96. For that you add 20,000, you will get 8 lakh 16,000. What is this? Cost of production. This is what? Cost of production. Now, once you're done with this, we'll go for selling and distribution overhead. Under selling and distribution overhead, I'll go back to your question. Under question, do we have anything selling and distribution? Yes. In the first sheet, we don't have anything. In the second one, we have other selling expenses, traveling, carriage, advertisement. These are called as selling and distribution. Your selling and distribution expenses, see, these are your management expenses, that is 2 by 5. Other selling expenses, traveling, carriage, advertisement, all comes under selling and distribution. Now, add everything, you got 46. Your previous total was 8 lakh 16,000. Plus 46, if you add, you will get 8 lakh 62. Now the problem is with this. You don't know the selling price, you don't know the profit. How do we calculate your profit? Now, the question is, if they give 25% on cost, we can do it easily, like 8 lakh 62,800 multiplied with 25%. But they have not given 25% on profit. But in this, they have given 25% on selling price. Do you know what is your selling price? No. Then how do we calculate? For that, we have working note. Remember, so these are the working note for your management expenses. 60,000 into 2 by 5, 60,000 into 1 by 5, as well as 60,000 into 2 by 5. Hope there is no doubt in this. Your second working note to find out your profit as well as sales. So, in this, normally what happens? Cost plus profit is equal to sales. This is the first thing normally happen. Cost is given, profit is given, add both, you will get sales. Now, in case the cost is given, sales also given, the answer is nothing but profit. If you want to find out profit, sales minus cost is your profit. Now, sales given, profit also given. If you want to find out cost, this will be your cost, like minus. These three formulas we know already. To find out sales, cost plus profit. To find out profit, sales minus cost. I am supposed to write sales here. By mistake, it is written. Now, sales minus cost, and the last one, sales minus profit, is your cost. Now, in this, your profit is not given, sales also not given, cost is given. How to find out your profit? How to find out your sales? If to find out your sales, anything if it is given, profit is given, if you add, you will get. In case sales is given, sales minus cost, you will get profit. But in this problem, sales also not available, profit also not available. How to find out? But they have given that whatever sales you have on this 25% is your profit. Remember, whatever sales you have on the 25% is your profit. Hope you understood. Yes. So like this, we are supposed to calculate. So this will be assumed as 100%. This will be assumed as 25%. This will be assumed as 125%. But we are supposed to add 25% on sales, means This has to be assumed as 100%. This is 25%. This is 75%. Now, we'll calculate, say, management expenses is over. Now, conversion of percentage of profit of sales into percentage of profit on cost. How do we convert? Like, we know percentage on sales, we don't know percentage on cost. Why? Because we know the value of only cost. We don't want percentage on sales, we want percentage on cost. How to convert? Simple. Percentage of profit on sales into 100 divided by 100 minus percentage of profit on sales. How did we calculate? In the question they have given 25, percentage of profit 25, multiplied with 100, 100 as it is, percentage 25. Now 25 into 100 as it is, 100 minus 25, it is 75. How much did you get? You got 33.33%. Now, this 33.3, don't go for R. This is not required. This is not required. Only one formula is sufficient. Very simple. This is your formula. Percentage of profit in sales into 100 divided by 100 minus percentage of profit on sales. Now, percentage of profit as per this question, how much? I'll go back to your question. As per this problem, we got around 25% on sales. Take 25%, 100 as it is, 100 as it is, minus again your 25. So it is very simple. 25 into 100, opposite, 100 opposite, but instead of multiplication, it is minus. Simple. If it is 20%, how to calculate? 20 into 100 divided by 100 minus 20. Hope you understood. Yes. In the question paper, they have given 30%. How to calculate? 30 multiplied with 100, ulta, 100 minus 30. Like this, you are supposed to calculate. If you do this, how much you will get? 33.33%. Now, what is the use of 33.33? See, your cost is 8,62. 8,62, 800 multiplied with 33.33%. If you do this, you will get your profit. Clear? How to find out profit? When the sale is also not given, profit also not given, like this you are supposed to calculate. This is a maximum adjustment you may expect in your examination. Up to this, no changes, but only at the time of profit we have to do small working note on that. Now, so if you do 8,62,800 into 33.33 divided by 100, you will get 2,87,600. You know the cost, you found out the profit, add both, you will get your total sales. Hope you understood. This is all about your cost sheet problem. Now, how come you got 33.33? For that, you should go for working note. For this, you should check working note. In the working note, you will find the answer. How come did you get 33.33? Now, so I'll go back to all these slides. You can take screenshot. Agenda, problems on cost sheet. Problem number 5. Your continuation of your question. Solution part 1 up to prime cost. Solution part 2 up to work cost. Solution part 3 up to cost of production. This is your final answer, that is nothing but your sales. So this nothing but your solution part means your note, working note. This is again your working note. So this is all about your today's session. In the next session, we'll go with the cost per unit problems. Thank you.